Alright guys, so what we have here is a baler that needs to get cleaned out, winterized. So I noticed that it wasn't doing it all on its own, and so I decided that I would step in and take the helm on this one. Alright guys, so we got it pretty well blown out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come through and grease things and just kind of take an overall general look at how things are looking. Shoot some WD-40 on chains and whatnot, but yeah, so here we go. Leaf blower does an awesome job. If you don't have a leaf blower and you own a baler, I suggest getting one. I got that for like 20 bucks off Craigslist, and it saves me so much time. Trying to blow it off with an air compressor, like seriously trying to blow off every nook and cranny with an air compressor is really difficult. So an air compressor is better at getting these smaller areas like this. But a leaf blower, you're going to get the most bang for your buck as far as moving most of the debris out. So, you know, I'm still pretty new to this baler. I've only used it the one time, and I've only greased it up one time. So, if I miss a greaser, don't be surprised. And yeah, let me know if you see that I've missed one. So I'm just gonna put a couple of pumps in here. Once you start to see grease coming out, you know you're definitely okay. Let's see if I can be able to get to this one. I think I was able to get to it last time. Yeah. There we go. Come on. There we go. That one was being difficult. So I like to use gloves when I grease because I really, I'm a mechanic for a living and I deal with a lot of grease, and to be honest with you, I really can't stand grease. It just bothers the crap out of me. So I think that might be just about all the grease. So I think on my IH number 47 I had a grease zerk here. This one doesn't have one there, which is kind of a bummer. I know it had one up here and this one doesn't have it. It's kind of strange. So unless you guys know of something that I don't think that needle arm pivot actually has a grease zerk. So and another thing that's too bad is these bearings here don't. Okay, so I remember there was one here. There's that one. So that's good. Pump it nice and good. And so that's a sealed bearing that doesn't get grease. There really isn't very many grease zerks on this thing. This one's always fun. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. It happens to be facing just the right spot. I had to cut this hole open bigger because the original hole was dinky. It didn't allow you to really see anything. You had to get a flashlight in there, but then you put a flashlight there and the flashlight itself blocks your view. So yeah, I cut it open bigger. It might allow a little bit more weather in there, but you know what? U-joints are exposed to weather all the time. That isn't something that's abnormal. So I'll walk around here. I don't think, there we go, start to see it coming out the sides there. So I don't think the guy before me greased this as much as I would like to see things greased. But yeah, so these don't have zerks. I really wish they did. I'm hoping it's a sealed bearing. But other than that, yeah, there isn't much to grease on this machine. So before I take it out next spring to bale, I'm gonna go through with the manual and just make sure that I get every zerk that there is. But what I'm doing right now mostly is just kind of forcing out dirt and whatever moisture might have got in it. It rained for a little bit. So we're gonna fire up the tractor and turn the PTO on and oil up these chains. So sit tight. All right, guys. So I just shot like 15 minutes of video, and it didn't, for some reason, record. But I got all the chains all oiled up inside. What I do, I actually turn the tractor on, PTO, and run the chains, and I sit there and just hold WD-40 on it and let let everything take its course. I found a couple other grease zerks that I didn't get in the last video. So I'm gonna button this thing up for the night, and I'm not gonna tarp it up yet because I want to go over it with some wax. And normally I wouldn't really do that to an implement, but the paint on this is original and it could be actually in fair shape. If you remember from one of my other videos, I shot some wax on this, and when it's clean, it actually cleans up really good. And I'd like to protect the paint because I don't have a barn to put it in. I store it next to the rest of my crap, and I put a tarp over it. So that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, so I want to put a coat of wax on it where it counts and get new decals. So the big MF for Massey Ferguson goes there, and get the Massey Ferguson 128 there, and those two little square or rectangles there, that's just a plain black decal. So I want to get new decals for it. I think it'd be kind of nice to do. I'm having a hard time finding them. eBay, I can find Massey Ferguson 124 decals all over the place. Well, not all over the place. There's some on there, and they're relatively affordable. So I'm probably gonna have to go through the dealer, which kind of sucks because I'm sure they're gonna want 150 bucks or 200 bucks or some BS like that. But I'm gonna get it all cleaned up and put away properly for the year, as good as I can for not having a barn to put them in. But overall, the baler did really good for us. Did great. Really happy with it. Makes nice bales, and it's actually a pretty simple machine. This thing's easier to work on than the IH number 47 was, and just happy to have a nice reliable piece of equipment. Shouldn't have to upgrade. Well, hopefully not for a very long time, unless I get really serious about the hay business. Everything else needs winterized. I need to clean all this stuff up and grease it. I don't know how far I'm going to go as far as tarping it. I might tarp the tedder and the mower. This I don't know. It works good. It's seen its days. I might tarp it too. But things start looking super trashy with just tarps all over your property. I guess we'll see what happens. But anyway, hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Take good care, and I'll catch you on the next video.